Good evening, friends. So we are coming to the third part of this topic, that is the basic concepts of chemistry. You might have those who are present from the starting might think something is repeated, but I'm going for that also. So we have seen previously also the percentage composition, that is the percentage by mass contributed by each element. आठवतंय कोणाला कसं काढलं होतं? Yes, can anyone? How we find out the percentage composition in any compound? Suppose if I say, yes, please.
Mass of element in compound upon molecular mass into 100.
Okay, that's good, sure. So if it is a CO2, and if anyone asks me what is the percentage of carbon in that compound, what I will do to find out the percentage of carbon, I will say what is the carbon, how much is it is 12. And what is the molecular mass? That is 12 plus 32, that is equal to 44. What it indicates, out of 44, 12 gram is of the carbon. So it is a 12 upon 44 into 100. I am finding out the percentage. Now, second thing, I am not just been going for the percentage composition. I am going for that because I want to go for empirical formula. So this is the method how we find out the percentage composition. But काही लोक अगदीच नवीन असतील त्यांच्यासाठी एक प्रॉब्लेम पण आपण घेऊन दाखवू. What it is actually, whenever I say percentage composition by mass of a compound, it means that it shows us how many grams of each element exist in 100 gram of a compound. म्हणजे तुम्ही कुठलंही जर मेडिसिन आलं आणि तुम्ही त्याच्यावर बघितलं तर त्याच्यावर लिहिलेलं असतं जर हे 100 ग्रॅम असतं तर प्रत्येकाचं प्रत्येक कन्स्टिट्युएंटचं पर्सेंटेज काय असेल. What is the percentage of any constituent in that compound? So we have taken already this example. Suppose the compound is C2H5OH, that is the ethyl alcohol, and if anyone asks me what is the percentage of carbon, again the same thing. If we observe in this compound, what is the molecular formula? It is a C2H5OH. So I find out the molecular mass, that is the 46. But how many carbon atoms are there? 2 carbon atoms are present. So 2 into 12, that becomes 24. So it is a 24 upon 46 into 100. That means the percentage composition of carbon in ethyl alcohol is 52.17. That what it indicates, if I take 100 gram of ethyl alcohol or 100 ml of ethyl alcohol, out of that 52.17% will be the carbon. Same thing if I go for the hydrogen, it is the total number of atoms are 6, 5 plus 1, 6. Each hydrogen atom measures 1 unit, so it is a 6 upon 46 into 100, and last one is oxygen, which is 1, so it is a 16 because the molecule atomic mass of oxygen is 16, so 16 upon 46 into 100. I think we have already done this work previously also, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the empirical formula? It is the simplest ratio of elements present in the compound. It is the simplest ratio of elements present in the compound. Now whenever I say the simplest ratio, what it is? Suppose I am having a formula C2.
पप्पा नाहीये फॉर्मची मला माहिती लावली नाही.
अरे मित्रांनो प्लीज.
Someone's mic is on. Not audible.
Yes. Sahil, please. Should I remove you?
Yes.
So in this case, suppose the compound is C2S6. What I say, empirical formula is the simplest ratio of elements present in the compound. So what is the thing? In this case, if I want to find out the ratio, what it is actually the 2:6, but it is not the simplest. So how I can find out the simplest ratio? I can divide both the sides by 2. So what I will get is 1:3. So the empirical formula of the compound C2S6 is 1:3. But suppose instead of that, someone gives me the compound C6H12O6. And again, if I want to find out The empirical formula, I again repeat, it is the simplest ratio of elements present in the compound. So it is 6 is to 12 is to 6. If I divide all by 6, it will become 1 is to 2 is to 1. So what is the empirical formula? See here, 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Now what is the difference then? Here what I have written is the molecular formula, and here what I have written is the empirical formula. Same thing, if we observe, this is the molecular formula, and this, if I convert, this will become C1H3. This is not a molecular formula. This one is a empirical formula. That is the compound in the compound C2H6, carbon and hydrogen are in the ratio 1:3, which is the simplest ratio. Same thing in case of C6H12O6. The carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are in the ratio 6:12:6, but the simplest ratio is 1:2:1, and therefore the empirical formula is different and molecular formula is different. Empirical formula is C1H2O1 and molecular formula is C6H12O6. नीट लक्षात घ्या. आणि मॉलिक्युलर रेशो काय आहे? 6:12:6. empirical ratio काय आहे? 1:2:1. Suppose I am saying it is a C6H12O6. What is the molecular mass of C6H12O6? Anyone? What is the molecular mass? In this case, what will be the molecular mass of compound? That is 6 into 12, 72 plus 12 into 1. So it becomes 84, and 16 6 are 96. So 84 plus 96, I think it is 180. So molecular mass of a compound C6H12O6 is 180. Whereas what is the empirical mass of the compound? C1H2O, that is a 12 plus 2 plus 16, that is 30. Now just check one more thing. Now what I am saying, molecular mass upon empirical mass, molecular mass upon empirical mass is equal to 180 upon 30. So how much it will comes out to be? 6. But that is equal to, again observe carefully, 6 is equal to, you can check molecular formula, what is it? What it is? C6H12O6 upon CH2O. If I take the ratio, you will also get 6. That means molecular formula upon empirical formula is equal to molecular mass upon empirical mass, that is equal to, here it is 6, but in general you can say it is equal to N. Is there any problem?
No, sir.
Okay, listen here. In this case, I want to calculate empirical formula of a compound. First thing, what they gave, a carbohydrate contains 40% carbon, 6.66% hydrogen. Determine its molecular formula if molecular weight is 180. In this case, I will say carbon is 40% and hydrogen is 6.66%. So the thing is, what is the remaining percent? Because the total should be 100%. If the total is 100%, I will say, just check it. The percentage of carbon in this case is 40, hydrogen is 6.66. If you add both, is it comes to be 100? No. So always keep in mind, the remaining, whatever is not given, is always oxygen, and percentage of oxygen is 100 minus sum of this, that is 40 plus 6.66. So how much it comes out to be? I think it will be 53.34, isn't it? Yes,
sir.
no? Yes. Now I have find out this. So the thing is that after this, finding out the percentage, I can rewrite this as carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. I will just change it and I say oxygen here can be written as 53.34. But what it is, this is nothing but percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in this compound. Hereafter I will say, just listen, the second step, find out the atomic ratio. Find out the atomic ratio. Whenever anyone say calculate the atomic ratio, the method is very simple. Write the percentage composition upon atomic mass of that element. So carbon is 12. So find out 40 upon 12. Second one is 6.66 upon its atomic mass, that is the hydrogen's atomic mass, that is equal to 1. And last one is 53.34, that is the percentage of oxygen divided by its atomic mass. So that is equal to 16. Is there any problem up to this point, dear friends? Yes?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
So I will calculate 40 upon 12. 12 3 is 36. 4 remains, so 3.33. Yeah, it is already 6.66. And here 16 3 is 48.33. So this is the atomic ratio, 3.33, 6.66 and 3.33. So this is the second step. What I have done, in the first step I have found out the percentage composition. In the second step I have found out atomic ratio by dividing the atomic mass of that element to the percentage. So I got a atomic ratio. Find out the least figure in the atomic ratio. It is 3.33. Anywhere you can check, it is the 3.33. That is the least. Divide to all. So in first case I will say it is a 3.33 upon 3.33, that is equal to 1. In the second case I can say it is a 6.66 upon 3.33, that is equal to 2. And the last one again I can say it is a 3.33 upon 3.33, that is equal to 1. So I can say here this is nothing but, last one is nothing but simplest ratio. Now what is the simplest ratio? Simplest ratio comes as 1 to 1. But is of what? You can check it here, my dear friends. What it is? It is the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. It is the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and therefore I can say this is the empirical formula of the compound, that is the CH2O, C1H2 and O1. So what is the empirical formula, dear friends? C1H2O1. Second thing, what is the empirical weight of this compound? Now it is very clear. It will be 12 plus 2 plus 16, that is equal to 30. But the thing is that molecular weight is already given to you, that is 180. So molecular weight upon empirical weight, so that is equal to, I can check it here, 180 is given a molecular weight, upon empirical weight is 30. So it comes out to be 6. But I know one more thing, molecular formula upon empirical formula is also equal to 6. We have just seen previous to this slide. So molecular formula upon empirical formula is equal to 6. But what is the molecular formula? I don't know. But I know the empirical formula. What it is? That is CH2O. So that will be 6 into CH2O, that is equal to what it is equal to? It is equal to molecular formula. So here I can say this is molecular formula. So how much it will become? So it will become, dear friends, C6H12O6. So this is the method to determine molecular formula from the percentage composition given in any problem. Listen here, friends, what the given things are. They say an organic compound contains 18.6% carbon, hydrogen 1.55%, chlorine 55.04%, and molecular weight is 129. So I write it in detail. Please mic off kara sagle. So just listen here what I am writing here. The first thing I make the columns. First one is for the elements. Second one is for the percentage composition. Third one is for the atomic ratio and next one is for the simplest ratio. So now whenever I am saying the elements are there, the first element is carbon. So what is the percentage composition? So percentage composition is given as 18.6. For hydrogen, it is given as 1.55. For chlorine, it is given as 55.04. So I should have to find out it for oxygen. For oxygen, it is the addition of all these, 100 minus addition of all these. Let I do it. How much it comes out to be, guys? Anyone? 24.81. Okay, it is a 24.81. Yes. So if you are wrong somewhere here, then nowhere the problem is going to be right. Thereafter, you have to find out the atomic ratio. Whenever I say the atomic ratio, that means it is a 18.6 upon 12. Here it is a 1.55 upon 1. Here it is a 55.04 upon 35.5 and 24.81 upon 16. So 12. So I will find out the simplest ratio here. So what is the simplest ratio? 18.6 upon 12. So it is a 12, 6, 5,
1.55.
1.55.
1.55, 35.5. So I don't have to calculate it. It will be 1.54 or 55. Definitely, even if 1.55, I don't have any problem. And here it is a 16 plus 8, 24. It is 1.55. So everywhere the ratio is same. So I will divide everything by 1.55. So what it comes out to be, if I divide simplest ratio by 1.55 upon 1.55, that will comes out to be, here I should have to find out actually it is 1.55 and here it will be come out to be.
So you are not audible.
Okay, even if I am not audible, I am writing everything here. So everywhere what I am writing here, just here, I will write here 1.55, here it is 1.55 everywhere. So the ratio, if I find out, that becomes 1. If this ratio becomes 1, that means carbon, hydrogen, chlorine and oxygen all are 1. So it is a CHClO is my empirical formula. Now I should have to find out the empirical weight. Empirical formula weight 12 plus 1 plus 35.5 plus 16. So it comes out to be, I think it is a 64.5.
64.5.
Now I am having the molecular weight upon empirical weight. You write in formula, molecular weight is given as 129 divided by empirical weight is 64.5. So it comes out to be 2. But we know that that is equal to molecular formula upon empirical formula. So I will say it is a 2 into empirical formula. So this is 2 into CHClO, that becomes C2H2Cl2O2. This becomes C2H2Cl2O2, and this is the molecular formula of the given compound.